Once upon a time, a beggar lived at a railway station in a city. He survived by begging from passengers traveling on trains that came and went from the station. One day while he was begging, he noticed a tall man dressed in a suit and boots. The beggar thought, "This man looks very rich. If I ask him for alms, he will surely give me good money." The beggar approached the tall man and began to beg. Seeing the beggar, the tall man asked, "Do you always keep asking? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar replied, "Sir, I am a beggar. I always ask from people. I don't have the status to give anything to anyone." The tall man said, "When you cannot give anything to anyone, you have no right to ask either. I am a businessman, and I believe only in give and take. If you have something to give me, only then will I give you something in return." After saying this, the tall man boarded the train and left. The beggar began to think deeply about the words spoken by the tall man. Those words sank into his heart. He started wondering, maybe I don't get much money in alms, because I don't give anything in return, but I am a beggar. What can I possibly give to anyone? How long will I keep asking without giving anything back? After thinking for a long time, the beggar decided that whoever gave him alms, he would definitely give something back in return. But the question remained, what could a beggar like him give? 2 days passed, but he found no answer. On the third day, while sitting near the station, his eyes fell upon some flowers blooming on plants nearby. He thought, why don't I give flowers to people in return for alms? He liked the idea and plucked some flowers. Now, when he went to beg on the train, whenever someone gave him alms, he gave that person some flowers in return. People happily accepted the flowers and kept them. The beggar began doing this every day. He plucked flowers and distributed them in exchange for alms. Within a few days, he noticed that many more people had started giving him money. As long as he had flowers, people willingly gave him alms. But once the flowers ran out, people stopped giving him money. This routine continued every day. One day while begging, he saw the same tall man sitting on the train, the man who had inspired him to give flowers in return. The beggar immediately went to him and said, "Today I have something to give you, some flowers. If you give me alms, I will give you these flowers in return." The tall man gave him some money, and the beggar gave him flowers. The tall man liked this very much and said, "Wonderful, today you have become a businessman just like me." Saying this, he took the flowers and got off at his station. Once again, the words of the tall man touched the beggar's heart. He kept thinking about them and felt very happy. His eyes began to shine. He felt as if he had found the key to success that could change his life. He immediately got off the train, looked up at the sky, and loudly declared, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I too can become rich." People who heard him thought he had gone mad. From the next day onward, the beggar was never seen at that station again. 6 months later, 2 well-dressed men were traveling through the same station. They noticed each other. One of them shook hands with the other and said, "Do you recognize me?" The other replied, "No. I don't think we've met before." The first man smiled and said, "No, this is not our first meeting. This is our third meeting." The second man said, "I don't remember. When did we meet?" Before the first man smiled and said, "We met twice before on this very train. I am the same beggar whom you taught what to do in life during our first meeting and who you told who he really was during our second meeting." The second man smiled in surprise and said, "Oh, now I remember. You are that beggar whom I once refused to give alms to, and the second time I bought flowers from you. But today, where are you going dressed in a suit, and what are you doing these days?" The first man replied, "Yes, I am the same beggar, but today I am a large flower merchant and I am traveling to another city for my business." After a pause, he continued, "In our first meeting, you taught me the law of nature, that we receive only when we give. This rule of give and take truly works. I have experienced it myself, but I always considered myself a beggar and never thought beyond that. When we met the second time, you told me that I had already become a businessman. That is when I realized I was no longer a beggar. People were not giving me alms. They were paying the price for my flowers. Everyone was buying my flowers because they were the cheapest they could find. In others' eyes, I was a small merchant, but in my own eyes, I was still a beggar. After you made me realize who I truly was, I used the money I earned to buy more flowers and became a flower trader. People here love flowers, and their love turned me into a successful flower merchant." Both businessmen were happy. They got down at the station together and walked away discussing their businesses. Friends, this story teaches us a powerful lesson. The tall businessman understood the law of give and take. All successful people in the world follow this very rule. The beggar adopted this natural law, and its impact became clearly visible in his life. He changed his thinking, and his life changed. This story tells us that if we change our mindset, we can achieve anything. If we keep thinking of ourselves as small, we will remain small. To become big, we must think big. The essence of this story is success lies hidden in your thinking. Awaken your self-respect, expand your mindset, and watch how you rise to the peak of success. How did you like this story? Do share your thoughts in the comments, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.